Hey everyone. Welcome to the PurposeBox, the podcast where we unpack the keys to unlocking your full potential, elevating your brand, and leading a life that's aligned with your purpose. I'm your host, Seantal, and here on the PurposeBox, we dive deep into all things branding, business, and personal growth because, let's face it, they're all connected. Now, today we're going to flip the script on what it really means to be wealthy. We're talking about the kind of wealth that doesn't just fill your bank account, but enriches your life in ways money never could. We're diving into why relationships are your greatest asset and how they can unlock doors that money simply can't. So friend, I know it's 2024, and today one of the things that is very pronounced is the hustle culture. See, it's easy to get caught up in chasing financial success. We're told that money is the ultimate measure of achievement, but let's be real. Money can only take you so far. What if I told you that the real currency of success isn't found in your wallet, but in your relationships? So right now, let's look at one of the most powerful relationships in the Bible, David and Jonathan. Friend, this is one of my favorite characters in the Bible. I can relate to David so much because I really loved how he progressed in his growth. Being chosen, starting as a shepherd, elevating to having a kingdom. He was imperfect, but what I loved about him was he had a repentant heart, right? But one of the stories or aspect of him that I wanted to focus on today is his relationship with Jonathan. See, David was destined to be king, but before he could step into his destiny, he needed someone to help him navigate these treacherous waters ahead. And that someone for him was Jonathan, the son of King Saul. See, Jonathan had every reason to see David as a threat, but instead, he recognized something divine in their connection. He saw God's hand on David's life and chose to support him, even when it meant giving up his own claim to the throne. So friend, this wasn't just a friendship, it was a partnership, a covenant relationship that carried both men through some of the darkest times in their life. Jonathan's loyalty wasn't just about being a good friend. It was about recognizing and aligning with God's bigger plan. And because of that, David was able to step into his destiny. Now, I don't know about you, y'all, but that sounds like a friendship that is a must-have, right? And so today, I just wanted to share a personal story of mine, right? The topics that I speak on here, I've actually gone through it, right? And that's why I want to help others to learn from my mistake. So there was once a season in my life when I was chasing money like it was the answer to all my problems. I believed that I could just make more. I'd be secure, happy, and fulfilled. But what I didn't realize was that in chasing money, I was turning it into an idol. And idols, as we all know, never satisfy. They only take more and more and more until you're left burned out and empty. Friend, I became so focused on the grind that I started to despise the very gifts and talents God had given me. The things that were supposed to bring life and joy started to feel like a burden. Friend, I was running on fumes, trying to keep up with an unsustainable pace. And the worst part was that I felt disconnected from myself, from my purpose, and from God. Then one day, because God is such a good father, he did something radical. He called me to pause my business for an entire year. Yes, you heard that right. I mean, can you imagine not, putting aside a business that is supposed to help you to live and survive and God telling you to pause it, right? Scary, right? Now let me tell you, that was not an easy decision, as you all know. But I knew in my spirit that it was the right one. So I stepped back. I stopped pushing, stopped showing up on social media, stopped promoting, and instead, I spent that year focusing on my relationship with God. And guess what? God provided. Friend, He made a way for me when I wasn't out there hustling. It was a powerful reminder that when you prioritize God, He takes care of the rest. Now, I'm not saying that you all need to pause your business for an entire year. That was a specific instruction God gave me and I obeyed. But what I am saying is that when you put God first, He aligns everything else in your life, including the people you need to fulfill your purpose. So from all that, what I've learned is that money can get you in the room, but it's relationships that keep you there. Relationships are the key to unlocking the full potential in your life. They're the hidden wealth that adds real value to everything you do. When you invest in the right relationships, you're not just building a network, you're building a foundation for your future. See, friend, I've seen this in my own life. The moment I stopped chasing money and started focusing on God, He brought the right people into my life. These weren't just casual acquaintances. Friend, they were divine connections, people who saw potential in me, who supported me, who challenged me to grow. These relationships have been far more valuable than any paycheck. Because you know why? They've opened doors I never could have opened on my own. And so now, just for some of you all who may, I know relationships is a topic, right? It's a whole thing because some people may not trust people that easily. But here are some things that you can look out for to identify within someone to see if they can truly enrich your life. Here are a few things I'm going to run over real quick. Point number 1, God's hand is in the connection. So, friend, I want you to pay attention to the people who come into your life and the timing of their arrival. Oftentimes, God places people in our path at exactly the right moment to help us move forward. So take a moment and just introspect and evaluate those in your life and see God regarding them, asking Him if this is a God sent or the opposite, right? Tip number 2 is mutual growth. Look for relationships where both parties are committed to each other's growth. This isn't about one person always giving while the other takes. It's about balancing where both people are better for knowing each other. Friend, the best kind of relationship are the ones that are symbiotic. What I mean by that is they're mutually beneficial, right? And this can add so much value when it is that way. Third point is you want to evaluate that they're in alignment with your purpose. So divine connections often align with your God-given purpose. These are the people who help you see the bigger picture and encourage you to step into your calling. See, looking over my life, I'm really super grateful for all the purposeful alignment that God had given me because they've led me to where I am today. Friend, when you have those, treasure it, valuable, keep it close because that's literally priceless. And the final tip, friend, is you have a peace and assurance. See, when a relationship is from God, there's a sense of peace and assurance that comes with it. Even if the relationship challenges you, there's an underlying peace that confirms that this person is meant to be in your life. And so, to wrap it up, as you move forward, I want you to remember this. Relationships are your greatest asset. Invest in the people God has placed in your life because these connections are part of His plan for your success. Money is important, but it's not everything. It's the relationships you build, the people you journey with, that truly makes you rich. And so, friend, thank you for tuning into this episode of the Purpose Box. I hope it inspired you to value the relationships in your life and to seek out those divine connections that God has placed in your path. Until next time, keep pushing forward with purpose.